Welcome back to Stamps Old World UK, the channel where rare, historic, and collectible stamps are explored in detail and where we uncover their true market value in today's world. In this video, we are focusing on a very special and emotional piece of postal history from the United States, the United States Gold Star Mothers 3-cent postage stamp. This stamp is not only important for collectors, but it also carries deep historical meaning connected to sacrifice, remembrance, and national honor, making it one of the most respected commemorative stamps ever issued. The United States Gold Star Mothers 3-cent stamp was issued in 1936 as a tribute to mothers who lost their sons or daughters while serving in the U.S. Armed Forces. The design is powerful yet simple, featuring a large gold star at the center, symbolizing the gold star worn by families who lost loved ones in military service. Surrounding the star are laurel leaves, representing honor, sacrifice, and eternal remembrance. The words United States appear at the top, while Gold Star Mothers is printed clearly beneath the star, reminding us that this stamp was created to honor grief, strength, and patriotism rather than profit or decoration. From a collector's perspective, this stamp is highly significant because it represents an era when postage stamps were used to convey national values and emotions. The 3-cent denomination was standard for first-class domestic mail at the time, meaning this stamp was widely used, but surviving examples in clean condition have become increasingly desirable. The stamp was printed using engraving, which gives it sharp lines, fine detail, and a textured appearance that collectors appreciate even today. The color, often described as golden yellow or yellow ochre, must be strong and even for higher-grade examples. Now let's talk about market value today in US dollars, which is what most collectors are eager to know. In average used condition, with visible cancellation marks and normal wear, the Gold Star Mothers 3-cent stamp typically sells for around $100 to $300. These examples are common among beginner collections and are still valued for their historical meaning rather than rarity. However, when the stamp is found in mint condition, especially mint never hinged, the value increases significantly. A clean mint example with full original gum can range from $800 to $1,200, depending on centering, color strength, and overall preservation. For higher-grade examples, the value can climb even more. Stamps that are well-centered with sharp corners, no thinning, no creases, and bright color can reach $1,500 to $2,500 in the collector market. If the stamp has been professionally graded and certified, particularly with a high grade, prices may go even higher, especially during strong auction periods. While this stamp is not considered extremely rare, demand remains steady because of its emotional importance in its place in American military and postal history. Collectors should also pay attention to condition details, such as perforations, gum quality, and any hidden faults. Even a small crease or gum disturbance can lower the value, while a perfectly preserved example can make this stamp a highlight of a commemorative collection. Albums focused on military history, World War-era themes, or U.S. commemorative issues often feature this stamp as a centerpiece. What truly sets the Gold Star Mothers stamp apart is its story. This is not just a piece of paper with a price tag, it is a symbol of remembrance and respect. Many collectors seek it not for profit, but for its message and historical weight. That emotional connection is one reason why this stamp continues to be collected, traded, and discussed decades after its release. If you are building a collection that focuses on classic United States stamps, wartime history, or meaningful commemorative issues, this stamp deserves a place in your album. Even at an affordable price point, it offers rich historical value and lasting significance. As with all collectible stamps, market values can change depending on demand, condition, and global collector interest, so it is always wise to check recent sales and auction results for the most accurate pricing. Next up, a beautiful and historically rich stamp from the Canal Zone, the 12-cent Gold Rush Centennial stamp issued in 1949. This stamp is a favorite among collectors because it connects postal history with one of the most famous events in world history, the California Gold Rush. The Canal Zone 12-cent stamp was issued to commemorate the 100th anniversary of the 1849 Gold Rush, an event that transformed migration, trade routes, and global commerce. The design tells a story at a glance. At the center of the stamp, we see gold seekers traveling through rugged terrain, carrying supplies and leading pack animals as they move along what is labeled as the Las Cruces Trail to Panama. This route was historically important because many fortune seekers traveling from the eastern United States to California passed through Panama to reach the west coast faster. The detailed engraving captures movement, hardship, and determination, making this stamp both artistic and educational. The word Canal Zone at the top immediately identifies this as a postal issue from the U.S.-administered Canal Zone, a territory that has become increasingly collectible since it no longer exists as a separate postal authority. The green color of the stamp is rich and symbolic, often associated with land, travel, and endurance, and collectors strongly prefer examples where this color remains bright and unfaded. The denomination of 12 cents was a higher value stamp at the time, typically used for heavier mail or special postal services, which means it was printed in smaller quantities compared to low denomination stamps. Now let's focus on the market value today in US dollars. In used condition, with a clear cancellation and no major damage, this Canal Zone 12-cent Gold Rush Centennial stamp generally sells in the range of $50 to $120. These are common prices for examples with average centering and normal postal wear. When the stamp is found in mint condition, especially mint never hinged with full original gum, the value rises noticeably. A clean mint example can typically be worth $200 to $400, depending on centering, gum condition, and overall eye appeal. High-quality examples with excellent centering, sharp perforations, no creases, no thinning, and strong color can achieve prices of $500 to $750 or more, particularly sold through specialist Canal Zone or U.S. territorial stamp auctions. Professionally graded and certified examples are even more desirable, as collectors are willing to pay a premium for guaranteed authenticity and condition. Because Canal Zone stamps attract a dedicated collector base, demand for well-preserved examples remains strong. Condition plays a major role in value for this stamp. Collectors should carefully check the perforations for any damage, ensure there are no hidden creases, and examine the back of the stamp for gum disturbances or hinge remnants. Even small flaws can significantly reduce value, while a flawless example can become a standout piece in a collection. The detailed engraving also means that wear is easy to spot, so sharp detail is a key factor when assessing quality. Beyond market value, this stamp holds great historical importance. It represents the link between the California Gold Rush and the strategic importance of Panama long before the Panama Canal became the engineering marvel we know today. This makes the stamp especially attractive to collectors who focus on transportation history, migration routes, gold rush material, or Canal Zone postal issues. It is a stamp that tells a story, not just through words, but through imagery. If you're building a collection focused on classic commemorative stamps, U.S. territorial issues, or Gold Rush history, the Canal Zone 12-cent Gold Rush Centennial stamp is an excellent addition. Its combination of strong design, meaningful history, and steady market demand makes it a solid collectible for both new and advanced philatelists. As always, stamp values can change over time based on collector interest and market trends, so keeping track of recent sales is essential. Next up, the California Gold Centennial 3-cent postage stamp issued in 1948. This stamp is deeply connected to one of the most transformative events in American history, the discovery of gold in California, and it remains a meaningful collectible for stamp lovers around the world. The California Gold Centennial 3-cent stamp was issued in 1948 to commemorate the 100th anniversary of the discovery of gold at Sutter's Mill in 1848. This discovery triggered the famous California Gold Rush, which led to massive migration, economic growth, and the rapid development of the American West. The design of the stamp reflects this historic moment with great detail and symbolism. It shows a peaceful riverside scene near Sutter's Mill, with trees, water, and simple structures that represent the early settlement period before the explosion of population and industry. The calm imagery contrasts with the dramatic impact the gold discovery would soon have on the nation. At the top of the stamp, the words California Gold Centennial clearly identify the purpose of the issue, while the text Sutter's Mill, California, where was made the discovery of gold in 1848, highlights the exact historical reference. The denomination of 3 cents appears in the corner, which was the standard domestic letter rate in the United States during that era. Because of this, the stamp was widely used in everyday mail, making used examples relatively common, while well-preserved mint examples are more desirable to collectors today. The stamp was printed using the engraving process, giving it sharp lines and fine detail that collectors highly value. The deep violet or purple color is another important feature, and stamps with strong, unfaded color are always preferred. Clear details, intact perforations, and good centering all play a major role in determining the stamp's market value. Now let's talk about the market value today in US dollars. In used condition, with a readable cancellation and no major damage, the California Gold Centennial 3-cent stamp typically sells for around $10 to $30. These examples are affordable and popular among beginner collectors and thematic collections focused on American history or the Gold Rush. In mint condition, especially mint never hinged with full original gum, the value increases. Clean mint examples generally sell in the range of $50 to $150, depending on centering and overall quality. Higher grade examples with excellent centering, bright color, sharp perforations, and no flaws can reach values of $200 to $300 or more, particularly if they are professionally graded or sold through reputable auctions. While this stamp is not considered rare, its historical importance and classic engraved design ensure steady demand in the collector market. As with all stamps, condition is everything, and even small creases, thins, or gum disturbances can reduce the value significantly. Beyond its price, this stamp is valued for the story it tells. It represents the moment that changed California forever and helped shape modern America. Collectors who focus on Gold Rush history, United States commemorative issues, and mid-20th century stamps often consider this piece an essential part of their collection. It also pairs beautifully with other Gold Rush-themed stamps, such as Canal Zone and related commemorative issues, creating a strong historical narrative within an album. If you are building a collection that highlights important events in world or American history, the California Gold Centennial 3-cent stamp is a meaningful and affordable choice. Its combination of historical depth, attractive design, and stable market value makes it appealing to collectors of all levels. Always remember to check recent sales and auction results, as market values can change over time based on demand and condition. Thank you for continuing to watch Stamps Old World UK. If you enjoy long, detailed stamp stories and clear explanations of today's market values, make sure to like the video, subscribe to the channel, and leave a comment with your thoughts. More historic stamps and in-depth value guides are coming soon, so stay connected and keep exploring the world of classic philately with us.